Now, in section B, how many questions are there? 6. And how many must you do?
4.
And which 4 should you do? Which are?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. My advice is not to do 5 or 6. 1 to 4 is the best 4 to do. You have the problem with 5 is that students can get very confused because it can change a lot each year, because it's one of these story problems. In numbers, no, just be quiet. Number 6, it's to do with tangent, normal, area, and integration, and that's a little bit messy. So, well, if you like and you find it easy, do it. But most people don't. So do 1 to 4, please. It's the best 4 to do. Don't do the calculus ones. So now, number 1 here. 1A part 1. Very straightforward to begin with. I ask you for the, or they ask you for the inverse of this matrix. So it's 1 over determinant. What's determinant here? It would be minus 21 minus 26, which will be 5. And then what do I do? Swap and change the sign. That's the answer. Not necessary. How many marks for this? 4 marks. How long did it take? 2 seconds. Maybe a few seconds more. So, good question. Nice, easy, straightforward question to begin with. Now the next part, part 2. They want you to use your matrix to solve a system. So you remember how to solve. You take the inverse, and then what do you multiply it by? The 2 numbers at the end, which in this case are 11 and 4. So that'll be 1 over 5 minus 77 plus 52. It's this multiplied this. It's the same, yeah. And then you have minus 22 plus 12. So that equals 1 over 5, 25, and minus 10. So the answer is 5 and minus 2. That's the x and the y. Is it negative? Oh, sorry, thank you. Negative 25, negative 5. 3 marks for that. Another straightforward 3 marks in my opinion. Right, now we're getting into the trickier part. He says x minus 3 and x minus 4 are factors of x cubed minus px squared minus 2x plus q. Now, what theorem do I need to use here? The remainder theorem. If these are the factors, what are the roots?
3 and 4.
3 or 4, yeah. If I substitute 3 or 4 into this, what should the remainder be?
0.
The remainder should be 0. So I get 3 cubed minus p times 3 squared minus 2 times 3 plus q should equal 0. And also I get 4 cubed minus p times 4 squared minus 2 times 4 plus q should equal 0. So cleaning that up, that's 27, and that's 6. 27 minus 6, 21. 27 minus 6, 21. Bring it to the right, that's minus 21. So that would be 9 minus 9p plus q, or minus q, but then plus q. And then I do the same for the other one, I clean up the other one. Don't worry, I'll go back. So cleaning up the other equation, So that would be 64. 64 minus 8 is 56. Bring it over to the other side, I get minus 56. That's going to be minus 16p plus q. And that's equation 2. Now, how do I solve these? What should I use to solve these? Yeah, subtract them. Equation 1 minus equation 2.
So you're having that minus 56.
4 cubed minus 8. Okay. Minus 9 minus 16p, what's that? 7p, isn't it? And then q minus q is gone. And then minus 21 minus 56 will be 35. So 7p equals 35, so therefore p equals 5. What's left to find? Q. Substitute, yeah. So I get minus 80 plus q equals minus 56. So I get q equals 80 minus 56, which is 34. Is that right? No, 24. I get that. Or at least I hope so. Yeah, is that right?
Are you recording this one?
Yes. Okay. That is find the value of p and q. So now the last part is to factorize it. So the factors are, whoops. Okay. The factors are of x cubed minus px squared minus 2x plus q.
What number is this?
The last part of question 1, it's B part 2. Now, what are the factors? They give you 2 already. What are the 2 factors they give you? It was x minus 3 minus 4. How would I get the third factor? Divide by them. But there's a very, very quick way if they give you 2 factors. What you're looking for is a number here so that when this multiplies this, what should it equal? 24. What's minus 3 times minus 4? 12. What would you multiply 12 by to make?
2.
Finished.
You don't want the long way?
No, it's not necessary because they give you 2 factors. So it's they only have to do it the longer way if they only gave you 1 factor.
Okay, and sir, if I want to do the long way, which one should I divide by?
Both, same answer.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yes. You want for a cigarette? Okay. Are we ready for our question 2 now? AP and GP. Okay. The 9th term of an arithmetic progression is 31. So A plus 8D equals 31. And the sum of the first 9 terms is 171. What's the formula for sum? It's n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. Isn't that right? Yes? Okay, now what type of problem is this essentially? Well, you have 2 equations. How many unknowns? 2. I need to clean it up a little bit. So equation 1, that's fine. This one here, I put the 2 inside here. 2 divide 2? And 8 divide 2? 4. Now I should, does 9 go into 171? 9 goes into that once with 8 left over. Yeah, it does. So 9 goes into that 19 times. Is that right? Guys, you were the ones with the calculators in front of you.
your
Yeah.
calculator.
9 into
19.
Okay, thank you. So I have a plus 8d equals 31 and a plus 4d equals 19. How do I solve? Subtract.
So wait, how'd you get the first equation?
If you have the question in
Sorry.
front. Okay. Now, a minus a, it's gone. 8d minus 4d, 4d. 31 minus 19 is 12, so what does d equal? 3. How do I find a? I can put it back in. Let's say back into this one. So I have a plus 12 equals 19. So what does a equal? 7. So I've done part 1 now. That's a 3. That's a 31, yes. Part 2, the sum of the first 50 terms, so that's S50, which will equal n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 times d. That is 147 plus 14, 161 times 25. Okay, so what will that be? 1610 plus 1610 plus 805. 3220 plus 805. That would be 5010. 4005. This could very well be wrong. Please check this part on the calculator, please. You're checking, Mustafa? This one here? 40. I forgot 2 plus 0 is 2. 4025. Okay. So that is part A2 done. Okay. Now time for B part 1. It takes a gardener 9 minutes to plant seeds, and then he increases his time. So basically it takes him 9 minutes to do the first one, and then 8.73 to do the next one, and 8.4681 for the next one, etc. So what type of sequence is this? It'll be GP, where A is equal to 9 and R is equal to 0.97. But they give you that in the question also. So they just want the formula for U. So UN equals A or n minus 1. That's really it. 1 mark though. So part 2 is calculate the sum. So again, straightforward. The sum, do you remember sum for GP? It's A 1 minus or n all over 1 minus r. Now, 1 minus 0.97 is going to be 0.03, which is 3 over 100, would be 900 over 3, which is 200. So this will be 200, 1 minus 0.97 n. No, 900 over 3, of course, is 300. So I get 300 here. Now, how did I get that? Well, all I did was on the calculator, you'd put in 9 divided by this, and it gives you this. Can you see? You can check it on the calculator too. Part 3 now, last part. Part 3, he wants to know how many has he planted after 3 hours. So in other words, 300 times this that should equal 3 hours. How many minutes in 3 hours? 180. Cancel the 0. So I get 1 minus 0.97n equals 18 over 30, which is 9 over 15, which is 3 over 5.
Steven?
Yes.
You don't want it by seconds?
No, minutes in this case. Okay. What's 3/5 minus 1? That'd be minus 8/5. So I get minus 0.97n equals minus 8 over 5. Or if you want that as a decimal, 1.6. Is that 8/5? So I can cancel the minuses. I get 0.97n equals 1.6. How do I cancel, or how do I get the n here? What do I put on both sides? Log goes on both sides. So I get n times log 0.97 equals log 1.6. This is a problem now.
You just divide.
Yeah, but I think my answer will be negative, which means I made a mistake somewhere. Can you check? N equals log 1.6 divided by log 0.97.
Excuse me.
Yes, you saw my mistake?
Why is 1.6?
3/5 minus 1 is 8/5, isn't it?
Yeah,
And 8/5 is 1.6, isn't it?
yeah.
Is it minus?
Is it minus?
It's minus 15.
Oh! 3/5 minus 1. That's minus 2/5. Yes? Oh, you didn't. This should be minus 2/5, which is minus 0.4. So that should just be a 0.4. 0.4. 0.4. Now it's better. Now what's the answer here?
It's a positive answer.
Yes, I know that much. Thank you. It is. Yes. Go ahead. What's the answer? 30 point. Okay, so the answer will be 30. Why do I round down and not round up?
Because it's better to have more time and less time to finish it.
No,
It's kind of like that.
it's not like that at all. Why do I round down, not up? Because they asked me for how many has he completed. He's only completed 30 of them, and he's in progress on number 31. So you always round down. It was the same problem as the bridge question we did a while ago. Okay.
Can we have a break?
Yes.
You started late.
No, we started at the same time. We got there.
Tell you what, I'll do number 3, then we'll take a break. That's half of section B done for us.
I need to make number 5.
I'm going to do number 5 and 6 too.
Why?
Because some people may be crazy enough to do it.
Yeah, ask people. Or, yeah. Or addressing the math.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, this morning.
Right. We'll take a break and then we'll decide what we're doing after it, okay? So number 3 now. They give you 3 part again, A part 1. They give you log 4x minus 7 equals 2 log 2x minus 5, and they want to know when is it defined. So you're allowed to have 4x minus 7 greater than 0, and 2x minus 5 needs to be greater than 0. So that means x must be greater than 7 over 5, and x must be greater than 5 over 2.
7 over 4.
Yes, I'm tired. 7 over 4. 5 over 2. That's part 1 done. Part 2. Solve it. So what should I do first? Very easy. Just bring the 2 up. Now what happens next? What happens next? What's next? Cancel this log with this log. Okay? Because if you have log A equals log B, then that means A equals B. Okay?
So what did you go like a step for? Like take the power up?
Take the power up. This is like the 4th rule of logs.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to solve this now. Doing part 2 of the question. So I take the power up and then I cancel the logs, and now I have left 4x minus 7 equals 4x squared minus 20x plus 25. So I get 4x squared minus 24x plus 32 equals 0. So I get x squared minus 6x plus 8 equals 0. So 2 answers here. It has to be 4 and 2, minus 4, x minus 2. So I get x equals 4 or x equals 2. But only one of these answers I think works. If I go back here, I'm told x must be more than 7 over 4 and x must be more than 5 over 2. What's 7 over 4? That's 2.25 and this is 2.5. So
2.7.
I was thinking of 9 over 4. Right, so anyways, doesn't matter. Only one of these will work. Which one?
4.
Yeah, this one here. I don't think it... Wait a second. Did they both work? Maybe. 7 over 4 is 1.75. So x must be more than 1.75 and x must be more than 2.5. Ah, so this one doesn't work.
Sir, I told you.
Because it's not... This one doesn't work because it's not more than 2.5. Only this one is more than 2.5 and 1.75. So reject this one. Reject. And keep this one. Okay. That's part A done. Now on to B. B part 1. One of these exponential problems. V equals AE minus KT, where T is 4 and V is 150, and then T is 7 and V is 80. So I just substitute in really. So I get 150 equals AE minus 4K, and then 80 equals AE minus 7K. Okay. Now, how many equations? 2. But how many unknowns? 2. How to solve these types of equations?
Minus?
No, Ted will tell us. Because Ted's not writing, which means he knows everything. So what's next, Ted? Tell me what's next.
First equation divided by.
Very good. First one divided by the second one. So I divide these. So 150 divided by 80 is 15 over 8. A divide A? Got. Now when I divide these, what do I do to the power? Minus. So I get here E 3K minus 4K minus 7K. Okay. Now next is log. Log here and log here. What happens to log and E?
1.
They cancel. So I get log 15 over 8 equals 3k. So I get k equals 1 over 3 log 15 over 8, which equals, Mustafa or somebody, can you type this in, please? Yeah. No, the whole thing. Yeah, it's 15 over 8.
0.09.
It gives a few more numbers.
No, sorry, 0.2095.
Okay, 2095. Yeah? What's after the 5?
36.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Right. I still have to find the A, and I find the A by substituting it back in. Let's say back into, let's say this one. So I have 150 equals AE minus 4K. So I get A equals 150 all over E power minus 4 times that. And again, Mustafa, you should still have that number up on your calculator. So it'd be 150 over E power minus 4 answer. Yeah, 3.
9.
Did you put a minus in here? Yeah.
Yeah.
3908. So point. Is it point next?
No, 0.084.9.
That seems way too big, though. Can I check? Ah, you didn't put the answer in the power.
What?
The answer wasn't up with the 4. Okay. 0.2095. So the answer is 347 when you round it off. So I get now K equals 0.2095, and then A equals 347. Now if you want to do 3 significant figures, that would be 210. Okay, so that is part 1, and now part 2. I'll go up, yeah. Part 2 is they just want the value when t is 12. So V equals A E minus K times t. And all you do is put that in on the calculator, and then that's the answer. 347 times e to the power of minus 0.210 times 12. And again, 3 significant figures, that would be 27.9. Any questions on this?